been here for a very long time, and I want to explore some of the major breakthroughs in artificial intelligence. And one of them was the AlphaGo project with DeepMind. And there's this board game that's kind of like chess, but much more complicated in the number of patterns and the way you play the positions. And it's kind of like golf is here in the West. It's a thing you can be really awesome at, and if you're good at that, you get paid a lot of money and it's respected. And so in this board game Go, it took a very long time to build a machine, a computer piece of software that could play this game and win against the human being. And when DeepMind was able to do that, it was like the Apollo mission. It was like landing on the moon. People thought this was 10 years out, right? And what was so interesting about the approach is they used neural networks, which now in retrospect, of course, is obvious. And this kind of artificial intelligence using neural networks took a slightly different approach. They thought about value. Rather than predicting the future, which is hard to do in any situation for humans or even in board games, they tried to think about what's the right thing to do. What feels good, kind of the gut value. In mathematics and AI, we call this the value function. But really, it's a number that tells you, is this the right thing to do? And by training the system to understand this value, is this a good thing or is this a bad thing? Versus, am I gonna win or not, right? That's different, that's way down the line. It was more of an abstract concept, this thing called the value function in reinforcement learning. And the thing about value versus model, right? Model is where you try to predict exactly, if I do this, then that will happen, and so on down the line. But that's difficult. And the thing about value versus model is if your model is wrong, you can be very wrong, like 180 degrees wrong. But if your value system is wrong, you're going to be off just a little bit. And that's why it's always important to do the right thing, to think about values versus model. Don't try to predict the future. You can't do that. Just try to think about what's the right thing to do.